So this process of setting out, knowing exactly what you're heading towards is really important, and very often I don't think it's, we often tend to go into these things in a little bit of a rush and when that enthusiasm of getting it done. So knowing exactly what your datums are, knowing exactly where this floor is. Now we've just realised that this floor is falling away by about an inch out of the door there. So this, we're going to lay this floor in 3 sections. This first section of floor will be laid with a slight twist there. So we don't have any ramp, we don't have any step coming into it, and then we'll move to a flatter floor over at this end. But knowing exactly what you're heading towards and knowing exactly what your levels are is really important, because that thing of get your foundations right and you end up right when you come to the top of the building. If you start off wrong, then you're going to have problems as you go through. So the floor here that we're going to be laying is going to be a limecrete floor. This is going to be workshop space and general use. So we're not going to be putting anything on top of the limecrete slab itself. But obviously when you're laying a floor in a house or in any other situation, then generally you'd be putting something on top of the floor. So that could be flags like this, and these flags can vary from 1 inch to 3 inches. And underneath that, you're going to have to bed to sit the floor on. So you need to know exactly the thickness of whatever floor covering you're putting on, plus the depth of the bed you're going to use before you start, because that needs to be taken into account in your dig. And that dig needs to be consistent. So that's why the guys were setting out the laser level, so we know exactly what we've got, because you purchase the Glapor, which is the insulation material, in a cubic metre bag. And if your dig isn't consistent, you'll either have too much or too little material. So what we're doing here is we're just demonstrating how you can do this setting out using just a level and pegs. So if you don't have a laser level and you want to do it the old-fashioned way, mark from your floor to your first pin and then transfer that across from pin to pin so that you know you've got a level going throughout the floor.